Have you ever felt stirring in your heart? Like there's something more, like something is about to happen, something that you need to be prepared for. I felt this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I came home and I talked to David about it, and he encouraged me to update my resume. I thought he was crazy. I thought, I've been at this place for 7 years. Why would I update my resume? I'm happy where I'm at. Things are fine. I have the best staff in the world. Why would I update my resume? He said something to me that was pretty profound that made me start to think, I think you are safe where you are. You're comfortable. Everything is fine. But he said, I think there's something more for you. Again, why would he think there's something more for me? I didn't really understand, but after he said that, it kind of challenged me a little bit to think outside of my little safe box that I started to begin to think was something. He was onto something. So I updated my resume, and I have just experience. I have a lot of experience in a lot of different things. And, I didn't finish college. And 2 days later, I see something on Facebook from a friend. The company that she works for is hiring 2 part-time positions for this job. And so I called her and I said, okay, so I'm kind of interested in what's going on here. I'm trying to open up my mind to some new things. What is this? And she said, well, I asked her, is it possible to make it into a full-time job, because that's what I would really need. And she began to tell me, no, that's not what they wanted. They actually needed 2 part-time people, and that wasn't going to work. But she said, I actually have another job that I think David would be good for. She goes, go look at the job description, and since David's still unemployed and unsure if the hotels are going to be booming again and he can go back to work, she said maybe he should apply for this. And so we looked at the job, and David looked at me and said, you would be really good for this job. And I laughed because I didn't feel very qualified for this particular position. And he said, no, I think this is it. This is for you. And so again, I called my friend and told her, what do you think? And she said, absolutely. I think you'd be great at it. You need to apply for this job. So I did. And 2 weeks later, I got a new job. So God does things in interesting ways. I don't think, had I not had that stirring and that conversation with my husband about some changes, or I feeling like God was doing something, it probably would not have prompted me to update my resume. But I think God wanted me to move. He wanted me to move on that stirring, that feeling of just not sure if this is all there is. So back when I dropped off Abigail in Los Angeles in January, I picked up a book in the airport. I just thought the title sounded really interesting, so I picked it up. The title, which I think is funny, is You Are the Girl for the Job, Daring to Believe the God Who Calls You. It's by Jess Connolly. Guys, this is a good read. I'm actually not done with it. I want to read something that she says in this book that was kind of like, like slap in my face, like, Ange, pay attention to what God is saying to you. And so, listen. She says, truth number 1. God's qualification processes are not like those of humans, even Christians. He chooses the weak, the foolish, the lowly, and the despised. He doesn't leave them that way, But we must agree that we can no longer submit to a human standard of qualifications to begin with. In fact, to listen to this lie is to disagree with God and his process of qualification. So let's not do that anymore. Let's not give an ear or another second of our lives to the idea that another human or group of them gets to decide if we are suitable to be used in the kingdom of God. Truth number 2. It is God who does the equipping according to the call. You've heard it before, and it's only a cliche because it's true. He equips who he calls. Psh. There is no talent show for Jesus wherein in the most gifted get the best appointments. The world works that way. Often even the church works that way. But the kingdom of God does not. I love that so much because it made me realize that I may not have the qualifications on paper, but God equips the call. I feel like this is him moving me into a new direction, and I'm so excited. So I'm not sure how much I can share about what I'm doing quite yet, but I just wanted to share with you just something really cool that God has done. And I cannot wait to share more with you because I know that this is going to be something that he is going to bless and use. And I'm scared to death. I actually start on Monday and I'm excited. And I know that I am going to slay this job because I've got mighty God on my side who's going to walk with me and teach me and equip me for what I'm about to do. So I'm sad to say that on Friday I had to say goodbye to my coworkers. It has been a great 7 years of just blessings of working where I worked with the people that I worked with. Not only health-wise for me personally, but the love and support that I received from my friends and coworkers was just priceless, and I am so thankful for the time that I had there. So here's just a little tribute video to that portion of the last 7 years, and I am excited to see what this new adventure will bring.